to the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
Man Talk Mondays. We are in the house doing our thing. Hope you're doing your thing. We are back once again. It's another Monday. I'm Derek, the thought engineer, with my man, comedian John Yogi. How's it going, bro?
What do it do, sir? What do it do? Man, it's like Mondays. It's like when you take a nap on Tuesday and you wake up, it'd be Monday. Like, where all these Mondays, they rolling, ain't they?
They roll around pretty fast, man. So
man,
happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Back to it. Work week just kicking off. So we hope we can kick off this work week good for y'all on this Monday.
Right? And remember, this for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, why you throwing a disclaimer out there right now, man? So they let y'all know. You're gonna apologize first, huh? Okay. You're getting the apologies out the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just go ahead and get it out the way now.
Might as well, because I had to apologize later. So
just in case we got a few people that's just joining us for the first time, we got to let you know this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Why? Because you need to hear from us, right? Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody, men, women, boys, and girls, participate in the conversation, right? You can talk to us. Now, how you do this? Simply go in the comments, drop your comment, drop your question, let us know how you feel, let us know what's on your mind. We can see it. We can see what you are saying, and you can be part of the conversation. So we want you to talk to us, right? So make sure you go in there and drop your question, drop your comment. All right. Now, we won't prolong the time. We're going to get into it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Man Talk Monday in a second.
This is John D. Blackman. And tonight's top story, I don't know where you're going, but you got to go somewhere. You know, school is about to start. And they got all this stuff going on with the pandemic, whether the kids got to wear a mask or whether they don't have to wear a mask. Some people want the kids to go back to school. Some of them saying they're going to stay at home. I don't know about y'all kids, but my kids going back. The pandemic could have been waiting outside my door and my kids was going back. My kids in the house, leaving on all the lights, leaving on all the water faucets, and eating up everything in the refrigerator. I can't afford them to stay home. In the words of my mama, after I lost my job at Lone Star Donut, I don't know where you're going, but you can't stay here. So we got to find something to do with these kids if they ain't going to school, because mine going to school. This has been John D. Blackman. And tonight's top story, you got to go somewhere because you can't stay here. Good evening and good night.
Parents say summer's over. It's time to get the kids.
Brother, I'm
Kick
about
the
to put a
kids
lock
out
on
the house.
Brother, what is you saying? What is you saying for real? It's not like putting something in the refrigerator, knowing it's gonna be there when you get home and it's gone. Brother, you've been thinking about it all day. Oh, and it's gone. They looking at you about, we was in there with oh no, I'm finna shoot everybody.
They say, oh my bad, you wanted that?
Brother, they got to go somewhere. They got to go somewhere.
Well, it's that time. It's school is starting back. I think teachers already, for the most part, teachers are back and students soon to follow. So but COVID is a big deal, right? And so it's a whole lot around that. But I want to let y'all know, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody about what we're doing. If you like what we're doing, let somebody else know. Don't let it be the secret, right?
Don't be stingy. Don't be selfish.
Don't be stingy.
Don't be selfish.
I'm from the country. Stingy.
Yes.
Don't be stingy.
Yes.
All right. So now we're getting into, make sure you subscribe to our podcast. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify. Anywhere you go to listen to podcasts, you can go. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast. We upload a new episode every week, so you can stay on top of it. Listen to us at your leisure whenever you feel like it. All right. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna get into a few things we want to express our thoughts on for our segment called Man Talk About It. Man Talk About It. So in the world of COVID-19 and vaccines, we see now people are starting to require you to have vaccines for, to travel, to go in restaurant, all this type of stuff, depending on where you live. Well, somebody can come up with black market vaccine cards. These are fake cards. $400 a pop.
Hey, won't we do it? Won't we won't we do it though? Won't we come up with some to beat the system? Won't we do it?
All the
time.
Dude.
And when I say we, I ain't talking about we. I'm talking about we like in y'all. Won't we do it? Won't we do everything but what we're supposed to do and come up with a way around to keep from doing it? Won't we do it?
Hey, man, it's a lot of controversy around the vaccine. I don't like, man, you can't trust nothing in this country, man. No, you get conflicting news, right, left. You got, what I'm saying, people saying get the vaccine, doctors, nurses, celebrities. Then you got, on the other hand, doctors, nurses, celebrities saying don't get it. Everywhere you turn, man, it's just hard to keep up with all this stuff, man.
It's kind of funny. We were having a conversation with my brothers this weekend, and we talked about it. And the reason why I got the vaccine, it wasn't for me. It was for the people that I was going to be around. I wanted to make sure they were safe. It had nothing to do with me and what I thought about it, because we can talk all that about conspiracy theories and all that. But I got friends that got babies. I got, I'm around a lot of kids all the time, nieces and nephews, and I just want to make sure I was safe. And I want to ask the audience, would y'all pay for a fake card? How much would y'all pay? Because I know how to get the card. So how much would y'all pay for? Especially if you want to travel. What are they worth if you want to travel though, D? What are they really worth? Because they won't let you on now they trying to, with the cruise ships, they're trying to make it to where you can't get on without your card.
Oh yeah. They stiffening up the requirements for vaccinations, improving that you have a vaccination. But I saw a post somebody posted. They said they posted the vaccination card that you have to have for elementary school, and they say, so now y'all want to act funny about having a passport for vaccination? You always had one when you went to school, right? You got to have these certain vaccines, get these shots to go to school. So I ain't think about it that way, but at a point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's getting crazy, man. But vaccinated, going back to school, and you got a lot of kids who can't get vaccinated because there's what 12 and under,
Yeah,
under 12
Mhm.
that cannot get the vaccine. So elementary schools, you know, they still at risk. Nick says, I'm gonna have to pay more if I get caught with a fake one. So rather not pay anything and just get it. Right. He said, just be authentic, be real with it, call it a day. Right? But the kids are going back, and I know DISD is concerned about their kids, concerned about the students. They said they're mandating masks for teachers and students.
After they were told that they couldn't mandate it, they did it anyway. See, that's what I like about DISD. Big ups to DISD. Y'all hard-headed. Y'all hard-headed. DISD, y'all hard-headed. But listen, I get it. Sometimes you got to be hard-headed. Now, having your kids explain that to you is something completely different. But sometimes it's good to be hard-headed. DISD, y'all hard-headed. Y'all did just what they told you not to do. But Benty, how could you not do it, though? How could you not?
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it's better to err on the side of caution. And I know people, we got this thing, man. Everybody, you know, they so up on their rights. But like my mom used to say, you can be wrong in your right. And people, if you don't believe in the vaccine, if you don't think, you know, it's real, what is it going to hurt you to put on a mask just for somebody else's peace of mind? But we don't care about nobody. Reggie says, if we only use our talents for positive things, imagine how much better the world would be. Talking about those cars. Hey, we come up with something in a heartbeat, right? Selena says safety is our top priority.
Yes, it is. They don't care nothing about learning. Safety is a top priority. I'm kidding.
But listen, I mean, teachers have to go back into this, and kids carrying stuff. And I want to say, let's say a lot of the cases have been in younger kids. So
you know, they had an instance they were trying to get the kids really focused on wearing their mask, and they knew it wasn't working when one kid came home. He left home with a Batman mask on, came home with a Superman mask. He said, "No, I don't think this works." This ain't working.
Hey man,
this ain't working.
That's why it ain't safe to just let kids do what they want to do. Clint said, "The life you may save may be your own." I think Michael Jackson said that too. Stop the life you save me. Oh, that was in Love. Okay, my man.
I was gonna say, I don't remember Michael.
Y'all remember that song, Jackson 5?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I don't remember. Jackson.
Come on.
No.
All right. It is hard being a black realtor in the world these days. Somewhere up in, I think it was, I don't know where it was, Michigan or somewhere. It's up in Michigan. A black realtor was showing a home to a black father and his 15-year-old son. Police rolled up on them like they was breaking in the house and detained them.
Why? Why, D? Why? Somebody called the police. Somebody called them.
I believe so.
Somebody was Karen was looking out of her window and saying, "It'd be some ninjas cross that street over there."
If you ever wanted a sign that this ain't the neighborhood for you.
You know what? You bring a good point. That is a good point. But you know what? Do you run from that, D, or do you stay there? I might move into the house. I might buy the house. They might have just sold me on the house.
Hey, Wesley said the neighbor called the police.
I'm sure.
Do you really want to put up if that is your introduction to the neighborhood? You ain't even in the neighborhood yet. Is that what you want to deal with? Do you know how crazy these people get? These neighbors get, man.
but you're right. Nobody wants to put up with that foolishness all the time, and you probably. But somebody eventually gonna move in that house. Somebody gonna move in that house, and more importantly, who fault is it? I want to know who fault is it. Is that the way? Is that a bad poverty-stricken neighborhood, which I doubt it? Is that a neighborhood? Is that a house that people be in and out of all the time? What was going on in the house prior? I want to know whose fault it is, because I need to blame somebody.
Why you gotta blame somebody? He's just a black man trying to sell a house, man.
I'm not blaming the realtor, but I need to blame Blame needs to go somewhere.
Blame gotta go somewhere.
Blame needs to go somewhere.
I want to know. Police got to stop answering these calls, man. They just stop answering them. All right. West is that only 8% of black stay in the whole city. And they said they hit their quota a long time ago. We don't need no more of y'all kind around here.
Maybe they were just trying to come along and introduce themselves. Hey, I'm Sheriff, and this is my partner. We are going to be the guys this our neighborhood. And we just want to come by and see who's looking at the house.
Reggie said, yes, I'm moving in and passing brownies with weed in them to all the neighbors. Reggie said he's going to make some friends in that neighborhood some kind of way.
I mean, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to blame somebody. Who we blame?
I don't know. I think everything is getting bad, man. You can't neighbors against neighbors. I mean, police, all this is just getting bad. And we already know relationships get bad.
Well, I know when we moved in our neighborhood, they came over and asked us, they were like, what y'all do for a living? I never really had nobody ask me that. I hadn't had nobody ask me. My neighbors all around me asked me want to know what we did for a living because we moved in this particular neighborhood. And I said, well, I just tell jokes. Ha 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 ha. They were like this. Because I think, and more of us have to do that though. You don't think more of us have to move into nicer neighborhoods so they know we do know how to act. We know how to act. We like nice stuff too.
Absolutely. Mika said, because the Lord is working on me, I am moving in and bringing friends. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah, man. It's hard being black trying to move into nice places. if the neighborhood does not represent your particular demographic.
Yes. Well, let's go.
Let's get down to business, though.
Yeah, let's go. Enough. We fluffed y'all enough. Y'all good?
Yeah, let's get down. Let's get the people what they came for.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's get down to business. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we talking about who or what is ruining relationships. Who or what is ruining relationships? I know y'all got opinions. I already know. I can feel it. Y'all let us know. Clint said, ready, set, go. He ready.
We want to know what y'all think, because I personally think that women, it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. Y'all got the key. Y'all hold all the keys. Y'all hold the keys to the car. If the car ain't moving, it's the person that got the keys, and it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. Y'all control relationships. Y'all control the guy that comes in. Y'all control the guy that goes out. Y'all control divorce. Y'all control all that. So how is it not your fault? Please, somebody make me understand how it's not your fault. Women, it's your fault. And y'all need to do better.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Mika said, bye, John.
How is it not their fault? Somebody tell me. They got listen. If women never understood the power that they truly had, no, Monique, you wrong. It is not both parties. It is women. It is women. Y'all need to do a better job at the beginning of these relationships, picking these guys, and then you won't be coming in here with all these complaints.
So you think it's the women?
I think. You don't agree? Derek, who controls the relationship? Who controls the relationship? after you're in a relationship, who controls it the rest of the time? It's certainly not men.
I was told that women are the gatekeepers to sex, but men are the gatekeepers to relationships.
Well, some kind of way, women have picked our pockets,
Stole the keys,
and got those keys to the relationship. Ladies, tell me how I'm wrong.
To your point, like the majority of divorces, like 70% of divorces are filed by women. They are filed by women. And we know divorces are bad anyway. The rate is so high. All right, so Selena said, if guys were better men and authentic from the beginning, we would have a better litter to pick from.
Now, one thing men not gonna do is we're not gonna lie to you at the beginning. Now we might not tell you everything, but we ain't gonna lie. We ain't nope. Men do not lie. We might exaggerate or we might leave some out, but we ain't gonna lie. We are not gonna lie. I need you to stop laughing. Wait, we either gonna omit something or we're gonna exaggerate, but we do not lie. And listen, and we're not doing no more than what y'all doing. And so is everybody honest? Is everybody honest when they come to relationships though? Ain't everybody lying? Ain't everybody exaggerating? Ain't everybody making themselves out more to be more than what they actually are?
Oh yeah, you always meet the representative. Selena said lie of omission. What's the difference, John? Amber said men stay lying. Really? Really?
That's what we're gonna do.
And you know why? Oh, lie by omission. You know why? Because you can't handle the truth.
They don't want the truth. They don't want the truth.
Oh, we get responses now. And they all for you, man. He said you lying now, Joe.
Listen, okay. All right, okay. I'm gonna say, so wait. We all don't do that. So men and women not guilty of that. So now y'all want to put those pants on us and y'all don't wear them. That's all. Y'all don't squeeze those pants like we do. Cause don't nobody show up with the truth.
Yeah,
Who shows up with the truth?
You meet the representative first.
That's all I'm
and
saying.
The thing is, when you see the truth, now here's the problem. When you see the truth, you still ignore it.
Because you can't stay around me and not eventually see who I really am. If every time you come over my house, I'm on video games. If I'm at home, if you can get to me all the time, that means something ain't right. But now I love heat, or because I'm tall, dark, and handsome, or because I got a six-pack. I done had all that. So I know what's out there. I know the lies that's being told because I've been there before.
All right, so Selena says, so you're saying both parties are ruining a relationship, Jim?
No, I'm saying women. I'm standing by that. Don't be trying to twist my words. Don't be trying to make me come back. I said what I said, and I said, listen, because even if both parties are exaggerating their relation at the beginning of relationships, women still control the relationships. Women are the gatekeepers of relationships. Again, most of the divorce, 70% of divorces about women. That ain't a lot. That ain't a lot. It ain't 52 or 53%. It's 70%.
So let me ask. So by the time the divorce comes, isn't it ruined already? So what kicked off the bad vibes in the marriage that the divorce even came up? Was it the woman? Was it the man?
Well, I think it was women because I'm saying this. I think it was women because I think women have unrealistic expectations of what marriage really is.
Do tell.
Well, I think they watch the TV shows, they watch movies, and they want their relationships to be like what it is on movies. Well, that can't happen because you bringing more baggage to the relationship than those people that you watching on TV, and yours is real, and theirs is fake and made up. It's make believe. Yours is not, and it takes more to make a relationship. And I just don't think women don't want to work on that like men do. I mean, I think men will work on it. I think women don't want to. I've seen brothers. Go ahead.
I heard the contrary. I was listening to a young lady the other day. She had posted a whole post said women are doing the work. They out here getting themselves better. They checking with their therapist. They going in and the whole nine. They doing their work. But she say, men, we need to do our work. We not doing the work.
You know why we ain't doing no work? Because we know where you really want it, and you want that work in the bedroom. You don't really care about nothing else we doing. You want us to get you in that bedroom and work you, because too many of y'all got on here talking about how sex had to be, and if he wasn't this, and if he wasn't that, and if he can't break the headboard, if he can't come off the top rope. I heard you. I have heard you. That's what we do our best work at, and because y'all allow us to. Y'all don't get on here telling me, because I know the work that you want, and that's the work we do.
Working day and night.
and then you're gonna get the relationship and talk about I want more than that. No. That's what got me in the door. That's what got me in here.
Right.
Oh, now you want more than that. Now you want more than my backstroke now,
huh? Oh. Mika says, who doesn't show up with the truth? We are tired of games and want the same in return. So we are being generalized. Again, John Lee Otis Lewis. Lee Otis Lewis. Lord said, let me out the car. No, brother. The doors are locked. You locked in here with us. You locked in.
Listen. I know it's not popular. I know y'all don't hear this, but I'm just trying to listen. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you because it's your fault. Look, take a look at your raggedy life. You are responsible for your life being raggedy. Not even Lee. Raggedy. Your life is raggedy because of the decisions that you have made in it. Don't be trying to blame me. Your life raggedy because you did that.
Clinton says the one thing you can't do is allow other people that's outside the relationship. Some allow others in, and that's what break down in most of them. So letting other people inside the relationship, or I do it one better. Your relationship, you're more concerned about other people and what they think, so you putting on facades rather than actually working on the actual relationship.
Because it's all about how the relationship looks. It's all about how it looks. We want our relationship to appear like it has all the things that normal relationship have, but it looks really good, but it's raggedy on the inside. The word for the day is raggedy on the inside. It's raggedy. I know how you feel it,
so we can't put it on the board.
Don't worry about spelling.
Let's say that's it right there. And I think going back to what you say, I think there's something in people where if everything is good, people look for something bad. And you say that may sound crazy. It's a thing we have. It's human nature. If stuff is just going too good, somebody got to do something. They say it started with in soap operas, everybody want drama. We watch Real Housewives. We watch Love and Hip Hop, and we want the drama. We want the excitement. And ain't nothing exciting about regular life when both of y'all going to work. You come home, you eat, you sleep, you wake up again, you go back to work, you come home, you eat, you sleep, and you take a vacation every now and then.
No, because most of us lead regular lives. Most people lead regular lives, and that's not what we want. Again, we going by what we seeing on TV. You can't look at Cardi B in her house. You can't look at that and be talking about look at our house. Our house inside this room, we got efficiency. But that's where we at right now. We trying to build our thing. But now y'all don't want that. Y'all looking at Cardi's house. Y'all looking at all these other people's house trying to kill your man. And when he can't give it to you, talking about, I'm going to go get me somebody else.
Wesley said taking advice from people who don't have good relationships will always be a detriment. I would have to agree.
How many people have good relationship? See people with good relationships. How many people come up around people that have great relationships? How many people really? Because that is, to me, I didn't see many.
Real quick, y'all let us know how many people Just let us know 1, 2, 3, 4. But how many people you know who actually have good relationships that you can look to and be like, yeah, I want what they got. Monique said, in my experience, the work of the marriage is non-existent. Wow. Most people, men and women, are out once the struggle starts, and there will be struggle. But how do you work to get through it? So let me, real quick, I think this is something that has to do with the generation, the participation trophies, the all that type of stuff, because nobody makes you do the work. Even as a kid, nobody's putting it on you to figure it out. It's, if it don't work, you can quit. If it don't work, you can do something else. Oh, baby, don't worry about it. It's them. When it's you with the bad attitude, it's you who causing all the problems. And I'm not speaking to one gender. I'm just saying, I think it has to do with, John say he is. I think it has to do with just this whole mentality that I can have everything my way. And I think that's probably a misconception. I can have everything I want. Can you have everything you want?
No, there has to be some compromise. Don't it have to be a compromise? Don't you have to give up something? You got to be willing to sacrifice something to get what you really want, don't you?
Yep.
I mean, I think eventually you can get, one of the things about wanting a lot of stuff, when you finally get it all, it ain't gonna never be as satisfying to you as you think. It never is.
Yeah. Amber said my parents and my in-laws and quite a few others. So she says she got quite a few examples, which is good and rare.
Yes,
You got to be in a good place to have solid examples. Now, going back to what you said, I remember the movie Soul. I don't know how many people saw the movie Soul, the cartoon.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. They had the jazz player, and he spent all of his time, energy, effort trying to play for this one particular spot with this woman here. He wanted to play so bad. He finally gets the opportunity, and when it's over, he gets the opportunity to play. As soon as it's over, it's like,
that was it.
Okay, so what's next? She's like, oh, we just do it again tomorrow.
And that's how relationships are, D. That's how relationships are. We have this thing in our mind. We put way more emphasis on relationships, on the good parts of it, and not knowing that we got to work our tails off to get to the good part of it. You got to work like crazy to get to that part of it, man. And we don't never talk about that part. We'll never talk about the part where you got to be quiet and don't be talking back so much. And get in there and cook when you get home. Don't be fixing the same thing every day. We'll never talk about that part. We don't talk about that part. All we talk about is I want to be heard and I want to have a voice and I wear too. We don't want to talk about that. We need to talk about something that's going to keep us together. Go ahead, Derek.
So Anthony says, we don't worry about other people. We do us and don't give a damn what other people think about what we do. So Anthony, let us know how many years in. I'm assuming you married, for the people who don't know Anthony. So how many years in you got? You say you don't worry about other people. You don't let other people's opinions get in your marriage and everything. So how many years in you got? Let us know.
Now, one of the things I've learned over the years, my few years of marriage, is somebody got to want to stay
together.
Years?
Tell them how many years.
I'm 30 in. 30
y'all.
30 in. I'm 30 in. So I ain't just, hey man, I'm 30 in. I know I look like I'm 35, but I'm got out 30 in. So, but I do know this. Somebody has to want to stay married worse than they want to be divorced. Because I think you have to look at marriage like I don't have another way out. You know how much more serious people would take marriage, D, if you only got one chance to do it. If you looked at marriage like, if I don't get this right, I'm stuck with this cat for the rest of my life. You know how much closer we look at that person that we with. You know the foolishness that we would stop doing. You know how much more sense we would have when we come to the table, because we would have to. D. This is it, and see, that's not the mentality that we bring to the table.
Going back to what we talked about the black cards, the black vaccination cards, the black market cards. That's creative to get what you want, to do what you want to do. If we was that creative to stay in marriages, would nobody get divorced? Okay, so Anthony says 23 years in, 24th this September. Congratulations, man. Said it took 10 to 15 to get to this point. So, but they did the work.
Yeah.
They did the work. If, like I said, if people was as creative with making marriage work as they are with these vaccines and all this other kind of, we can do what we want to do. Anything we want to do, we can figure it out. But I tell anybody, anytime you're in a marriage, if you are looking for an out, you will find one.
Listen, you know how easy that is. I remember I was dating this girl, and I kind of got tired of her, and I said, well, so next thing she do, I'm just gonna leave alone. And believe me, when you looking for a reason, folk gonna give you a reason easily. As soon as the words came out of as soon as I thought I'm tired of her, I'm ready for somebody else. It wasn't 20 minutes later. It wasn't half a day later that I was like, yeah, this is it for me. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do this no more. I can't do this no more. I need some time to myself, trying to get myself together. But because if you're looking for it, you're gonna find one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Amber said it takes work, compromise, and support for each other. She's absolutely right. All of that. Work, compromise, and support. You have got to work. And meaning you can't have it all your way. You got to consider the other person. Why get married if you're not going to consider the other person, if you're going to be selfish? You selfish, stay by yourself.
I'm willing. That's what selfish. I'm willing to say this. I bet you this. I bet you with all of the time that everybody have time in, somebody compromised some things that they were feeling to make sure that the marriage stayed together. Somebody was thinking, if I don't buckle down and hold on to this thing, it's going because he gone or she gone. Because somebody has to be the anchor. And get this, the anchor comes at different times in marriage. It changes from person to person. But when it's your turn to be an anchor, it's imperative that you do it because their time is coming. Their time is. I'm telling you, 30 years in, that's the only way we stay married. Somebody had to want to stay together worse than we want to be apart. Because boy, I tell you, because you have your day, you be like, you know what? I ain't got to put up with this. Everybody go through.
Hey, Anthony say we made a personal choice. Divorce is not an option. If you don't give yourself an out, you'll get creative. You'll figure some things out. You'll be amazed at what you can come up with to how to make this thing work if divorce is not an option. And what's the problem? What's the problem with just getting divorced all willy-nilly? What's the problem with that?
Because we never find out what was really wrong. If divorce is really easy, we never find out am I the problem? Is my attitude bad? Or, because most of the time our parents kind of call us and don't really tell us that, girl, you something else. I never forget my daughter's boyfriend was over to the house and I asked him, I say, now, what kind of person are you? Because my wife like her mama. So what kind of guy are you? He's like, oh yeah, she the yin to my yang. I said, okay, I hear you. If you
may be honest with not with the daddy.
I'm asking because I want to know, because I'm trying to tell about my daughter, how my daughter is. And if you and her if y'all like it, y'all gonna be doing this. And of course, he wasn't gonna tell me the truth, but
so let me help somebody out real quick. You're talking about ruining relationships. For those of you who are getting married, you engaged, don't put more energy into the wedding than you are into the marriage.
Well, you're going to get fight. You're going to have some fights on your hand.
Listen, you want that, and it's one day, at least. Other cultures do a whole week. It's one day. It's a party you throw for other people to come and eat food and dance at your expense. listen, it's one day, and you
then,
put more effort and energy into that one day than you do the whole marriage.
but see what they do though, D. They put all the effort into that marriage, and they starting the marriage out by at the honeymoon night. I'm tired. I got a headache. My feet hurt. We did all this. We did that, and then they go through the rest of. That's one of the things they take to the rest of the marriage. Girl, if you don't get it here, and let's consummate this thing, do this thing like we supposed to do. Girl, if you don't get it right now, let's go. Get in here. I don't want to hear. Listen, we just had your dream wedding. Now make it my dream night.
So you say that's the problem? That's why they so. That's why they so tired.
I want you to get somebody. Get somebody on the phone and ask them, when you got through doing all that stuff for your wedding, how exhausted were you come your wedding night? You can't do nothing right on your wedding night. You tired, and I don't want tired. I want money's worth for all that stuff we just got to do, and I want the money's worth coming in there. I don't want you tired and sleepy. I got the rest of the marriage to deal with you tired and sleepy. I want no tired and sleepy.
To get an espresso, a Monster, or something. Drinks 5 hours. Selena said, but we kicked it at the window. Then John just drank and stayed at the bar.
Whoa, they ain't talking about me. We're not talking about me. Y'all had a nice wedding. Y'all had a real nice wedding. But now, y'all wedding was. And let me ask y'all this: y'all wasn't exhausted after that? Y'all wasn't exhausted?
Yeah.
You shouldn't do nothing to where you exhausted to where when you get back in there to consummate the marriage that you can't. That ain't fireworks going on there. All y'all hitting the snooze button in there.
You got a point. I think John just discovered the cause for tired women, tired wives. They spend too much in the wedding.
And they let you. We let them get away with it on the wedding night, and I'll be doggone if they don't drag it into the rest of the wedding. The rest of the time we married, you know I'm tired. You know the wedding, I'm tired. 2 years later, I'm still tired. Girl, if you don't get in there right now.
I mean, but so people got to be sensible though. We try to tell married people try to tell young people, listen, this thing is work. Yeah, Selena said, as long as we waited, we consummated.
I'm just saying, because again, I think we put too much emphasis on one. Listen, it's really nice to have a nice wedding. Everybody wants one. But people want one because of the fairy tale that they have in their head about what their wedding is going to be like. And if that's if the wedding is any prelude to what the marriage is going to be like, you fooling yourself, sweetheart. If you got people hanging from the ceiling and you going to France on your marriage, you doing too much, baby. You're doing too much because you might have put that work into the marriage. You know, I'm willing to bet you the people that pay the highest amounts for their weddings are the one that get divorced the fastest.
Oh wow. Yeah.
How could you? Yeah. You can't live. The marriage can't live up to the fairy tale you just created.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. You absolutely right. It's all down here.
There's no way because you got a certain way that you think things supposed to be, and she's showing you what she thinks the way it's supposed to, the marriage is supposed to be like. That is a prelim to what the marriage is supposed to be like. You better pay attention to that. Again, women.
Another thing ruin relationships. You fall in love with the person in your head rather than the person that's in your bed.
What? Wait a minute. I had my mouth open. I wasn't looking. That on me.
Fall in love with the person in your head rather than the person that's in your bed. We don't deal with the person that's right in front of us. We're dealing with an ideal that we came up with. And you got to get real with yourself about what you are looking for.
Wow.
And why did you settle? If you wanted what was in your head, why did you settle? Why do people settle? You let social expectations, right? You feel like you're getting old and you got to have somebody, everybody else got married, everybody else. So you feel like and you just go grab somebody. You try to make that person be the person that you wanted. It don't work like that. It does not work like that.
Wow, D, wow. Wow. Read Selena's.
So Selena said, I must agree, John. The energy you put into the wedding planning has to match and exceed the energy and work you have to put into the marriage. Listen, you get a wedding planner, you get all this person to take care, but who holding your hand for this marriage?
A wedding planner is no more than a counselor of somebody telling you how to do it right. And so what makes and that's for a period of 2 hours. What makes you think you don't need to involve that when you in the marriage? If you needed somebody to get you through 2 hours, somebody don't need to get you through your marriage. You ain't talking to nobody during your marriage. You try to do it all yourself. You didn't do your wedding yourself, but you trust somebody.
Hold on. Anthony said, he said, I will take the head. I'm assuming that you talk about when I reference the person in your head. That's what I'm assuming, Anthony. That's what we're going to go with, right?
Let's go. You got
Clint said, wow. So
well, and then I think you make a really good point, man. We oftentimes, and again, that's because we have to get it out of our minds and start dealing with reality. People don't deal with reality well. We want what we want and we don't want to change. We got to start dealing with what reality is. First of all, you're not as fly as you used to be. You're not the hunk, and the show don't stop because you did. Like, remember, listen to me. I've been 6'3" before and had long hair, had the six pack. I've been there before. I ain't that no more. I realize that. Why is it so difficult for people to realize what they not anymore, D? We're not in our primes no more. We are not in our primes. No matter how much, nobody wants to be mama or daddy. We still want to be the stars. We still want to be the one that what happened? What
happened, John?
I'm serious, man. I think you brought a really good point, though. We don't deal with that person. We deal with the person that's in our head, man. And then when we face 2D, women don't want to deal with that no more. Because I want you to be a certain way. I want you to act as, I want you ghetto, but I want you to be able to come around my friends and not be fighting. I want to, you got all this in your head about what you want. And the crazy thing is, guys do too. We got all this stuff in our head about what we want too. You got to fit on somebody's list, just like you asking me to fit on somebody's list.
Right. And the time to talk about that is before you get married. Be real about that. But you know why people don't talk about it? Because we done already sent out invitations. We done sent out save the dates. So I can't pull back. Right? One day. It's one day. You celebrate one day. But now you got to go home with this person, hopefully for the rest of your life.
You should be required to stay together. The amount of money that you spend, that should be put into months. If you spend 40,000, you got to stay at least 40 something months together, brother. Some of the money, because weddings, when you tell a company that you getting married, brother, they start licking their chops.
400% jump.
Well, because they already know she gonna lose her mind on what she want. She want the balance to come down with the snow, and it's like in April. Maybe we can't get no snow in there. I want snow. I want snow coming down. Come on, you can look. They lose their minds. But no, again, they lose their mind on the pre-marriage and the post-marriage. That's why I hold them responsible for the marriage staying together. Because if we're gonna give, you mean to tell me, D, that we're gonna give you the wedding that you want, and we're not gonna live. We're gonna give you what you want, and we're not gonna try to do that through the rest of the marriage. We're gonna cop out on you then.
Yeah. Contrary to popular opinion, men want you to have things. We want to. Just all the time. We can't deliver all of the time. And a lot of times we could deliver more on the back end if we pull up on the front end.
Yeah.
But that takes talk, that takes communication, that takes setting goals and expectations for where you want to be at certain points. But if you're not doing that talking, doing that communicating, and now the expectations are getting out of whack.
Yeah, and because see, I used to beat you up real bad, but now I just tap you a little bit and I can go buy you a Louis Vuitton bag. See, so it kind of way out. See, I couldn't buy a Louis Vuitton bag before, but I could come off the top rope on you. No more top rope for me. No more top rope for me. But I can get you a Louis Vuitton bag though. Hey, ways that everybody happy. You happy? I'm happy.
Right. I think we gotta really take a look at the challenges we put on each other. Like, take for instance, there's a lot of people who have this thing when they get into marriage. I don't know, at some point, especially if one person dial back so the other person can achieve and do things. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes time for the other person to step out and start trying to reach for a few dreams and stuff like that, if they don't get that, that's a deal breaker.
Well, that's why that stuff needs to be communicated. If you know she's it's funny. Everybody want ambitious. Well, if both of y'all are ambitious and y'all start having kids, somebody gonna have to sacrifice to be at home with the kids. Everybody can't go get the bag. So those kind of things have to be talked about. Man, it's fun. This is so funny. I know I have heard this 9 zillion times. People to say communicate. And you just think, oh, they just mean talking. Communicating is way more than just talking. I have to know and understand what you're trying to do with your life so we can see if we can interact. So I can interact that with mine. If you are ambitious, it's funny. One of the first things, well, what if they ain't ambitious? Well, you sure you want everybody ambitious? Because ambitious mean early that he's not going to be at home. Ambitious mean he out trying to get the bag. Now, and then you're going to come back and you're going to be complaining and messing with the pool guy because he ain't never at home. And then you're going to blame it on him. Well, I had to eat, what I expected from you. You're like, come on. You can't, again, you cannot have everything. That's why we need to really be careful and think about what it is we really want. Because most of the time, all you want is his time. Most of the time, you want him there with you. The money is not as important as we try to make it out to be, man. Everybody want to be doing okay. I feel that. But trying to chase that bag, you're going to want him chasing you.
Yeah. It's delayed gratification. What are you willing to give up now so you can have more on the back end? And you got to be willing to make those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? You think men, want to be gone all of the time? You know what I'm saying? So
nah, we want to be on the back end. On the back end. We ain't trying to be at work all the time. I want to be on the back end. That's all I'm saying. I want to enjoy you as much as you want to enjoy me. We can't listen. I'm telling you, it's funny, man. Everybody, I want him as ambitious as I am. I get that, but you got to temper all that down, man. Because what you love about somebody will be the thing that makes you leave him. And you got to be careful about what you asking for, what you saying you want in these men. Because women, when you get what you think you want, it ain't gonna be what you thought it was. It never is. It never is. If you want a guy to have you in the bed all day, he gonna continue to have you in the bed all day. You're gonna be hiding when you get home because he gonna be all over you. It's never what you think it is. It never is.
I just heard it was a snippet from a message that TD Jakes preached. And he said that, oh my goodness. He said, you don't realize that this man, you want his time and attention, but yet and still you want him to be a provider. You want him to take care of everything. And there is a balance to that, to where you have to understand if he's here all the time, he doesn't have time to go out and get it. But if he's out getting it, he can't have time here. So you got to decide what you want.
Because if he at home, he gonna be on your nerves. If he out getting it, you're gonna be messing around with somebody else. That's just what that is. That's just what that is. Well, I don't know how it happened. It just, I looked on one day and I fell out of love with him and I love Trevor. What? This nigga is out killing himself for you.
Listen, broke and happy lasts about a month. Soon as them bills rolled in, you just broke. Ain't no happy no more.
And again, man, it goes back to I just think people don't know what they really want. I think people have an idea or a perception about what it is because everybody wants your 9-to-5 job to be like Claire and Cliff Huxtable, where they were doctors and lawyers and they made plenty of money. They were never working late. He wasn't out of the house all night. I remember one time that either one of them had to be working extensive cases or he was at the hospital all night and you didn't see him for a couple of days. I don't never remember that. It was perfect, just like we want ours to be. Just like we want our relationships to be, but that's not real, man. That's not real. That's not real.
It's not, and we just got to be real about what we're looking for, what we want, and maybe some people will stay together, man. Maybe they'll stay together.
So I just want to know, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to know, what do y'all want? Can we at least think about it? Can you have a hard look with yourself? And I know this may be foreign to you, but just figure out what it is you really want. If you know you need it, you're gonna need a guy. You need to have a guy that got that's situated already. That you're gonna need. You need to, cause y'all, we failing. Relationships are ruined because we don't know what we want.
But just understand, if he already got it, then you qualifying for a piece of it, it's gonna be more work on your end. So just be ready for it.
Oh, you gonna have to work.
It goes with the territory. Now, if y'all coming up together, there's an understanding. There should be a mutual understanding. And you understanding, we know down the road, we'll have what we want. Things will be better. Things will be kind of, you know what I'm saying, more smooth. But for right now, it's all sacrifice. Sacrifice is the name of the game.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
Delayed gratification.
Nobody want to be late. Final thoughts. All right, my final thought for this evening is this: women, y'all are the managers of relationships. And right now, I'm about to fire y'all. I'm about to fire all y'all. We need to do a better job. If women understood, if women had been fathered like they were supposed to, a lot of women would know the ins and outs and what they really want. I think that's really why women don't know what they want, because they hadn't been fathered. They hadn't had anybody to tell them, hey, baby, this is what you want, or give them examples. If you've had examples of it, great, good for you. But too many of us haven't had examples of what a real man is in your life and what he's going to accept and what's not acceptable. Women, you need to get it together now because I'm tired. And that's my final thought. Yeah.
I want to talk to guys, right? Especially young guys. If you were anything like me, I was raised by a single mother. My mother loved me, but she didn't put a lot of demands on me. And I realized that once I got older. I mean, I did things. I did, stayed out of trouble, got my grades and the whole nine. But as a man, it takes a lot more. When I got grown, the deficit of what I didn't know, I mean, it was hard to deal with. But it took me getting around guys that I could admire, guys I saw doing the work, guys I saw that got it. It took that for me to come around. I was smart enough to be an observer and to learn from what I saw. So if you plan on being in a relationship, especially as a man, get around men who are doing what you desire to do. Get around men who are what you desire to be. The type of father, the type of husband, the type of businessman, the type of entrepreneur, whatever it is that you have in mind for who you want to be. Get around those men. Make connections with them and cherish those connections. Learn, grow as much as possible. Because when you bring somebody else in there with you, there's responsibilities. And if you're not used to responsibilities, it's going to eat your lunch. But you can do it. But you got to learn. So it's time to do the work. Get with somebody, learn, grow, be the man that society needs you to be. And that's King Speaks for this week. Yeah.
man. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff, man. Good
Well,
stuff.
well.
Yeah.
Monique says, I agree that people don't know what they want, but I believe most women want a husband to be honest, to provide, protect, and to truly know who he is and what he wants in the marriage. If he is out working, I believe most will understand. She said, great job.
And who is that on her picture? Because that ain't Monique that I done seen, folks. She done went down to Olin Mills and got her some pictures
He
taken.
said, Olin Mills. Oh my goodness.
Terry, that ain't a stretch,
You
man.
rich back. You rich. You rich way back. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Share with your friends. Subscribe to our podcast. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Anywhere you go to listen to podcasts. Keep in mind, you want to stay with us. Next week, we're talking about why is submission such an ugly word? Why is submission such an ugly word? It's what we're talking about next week. Man talk coming from a man's perspective, right? So you want to be here for that one. Why is submission such an ugly word? All right, real quick before we go, man, let them know where to find you.
Oh, okay. You find me on Facebook at Comedian John Yogi, YouTube at John Yogi, Instagram at Yogi Lou, and you can hit me. And my phone number is 777-9311.
I heard that number somewhere before. Mine is 867-5. No, but for me, you can find me, of course, you can find me on Facebook as well. YouTube, we have a Derek Smith page. We have Overcomers Empowerment Ministries. We're on every Sunday. You don't want to miss that as well. So stay tuned for that. Instagram, you find us at Man Talk Mondays on Instagram and Facebook. So just tune into what we got going on. We got some stuff coming up for y'all. So be on the lookout. And we appreciate everybody tunes in week to week. We love y'all. We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all
Y'all be blessed.
next week.